Texas Democrats who blocked a voter suppression bill and fled to D.C. are showing how to fight for voting rights. Republicans in Texas are vowing to track down and arrest those Democrats. These are new pictures showing some of the 58 lawmakers that left the state in a remarkable show of strength to block a voter suppression bill. Their plan is to wait out the clock on the special session back home and stay in D.C. for the next 3 weeks. I have some restaurant suggestions, lobbying Congress to do something. Here they are in front of the Capitol today.
We are not going to buckle to the big lie in the state of Texas.
We can't hold this tide back forever. We're buying some time. We need Congress and all of our federal leaders to use that time wisely.
I'm not going to be a hostage. That my constituents' right to be stripped from them. We have fought too long and too hard in this country.
Thank you. We have fought too long and too hard. But without getting rid of the filibuster, nothing can happen with the federal voting rights legislation. The Texas Democrats are meeting with Democratic Senator Joe Manchin today, who is key to ending the filibuster or reforming it and open a door to voting rights law. President talking big today about acting, but the next step has to be stepping up the pressure. Texas Governor Abbott threatening the Democrats, but they're not backing down.
Isn't that the most un-Texan thing you've ever heard? Texans running from a fight? They're quitters. This is not over. I can and I will continue to call special session after special session after special session all the way up until election next year. As soon as they come back in the state of Texas, they will be arrested. They will be cabined inside the Texas Capitol until they get their job done.
Joining me now is Texas State Representative Nicole Collier. She's the chair of the state's Legislative Black Caucus and left Texas for Washington, D.C. She is fresh out of a meeting with Vice President Harris. And also with me is Victoria DeFrancesco Soto, Assistant Dean for Civic Engagement at the University of Texas. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us this evening. I'll start with you, Representative Collier. What was the meeting like with Vice President Harris, and what did she have to offer as far as what could possibly help fight voter suppression in Texas and an overall plan for what the country needs to do to keep the Republicans from just taking over?
Yes, thank you so much for having me. It was an hour-long meeting. It was such a great conversation. She took questions. She encouraged us. She's very grateful for the activism of the Texas Democrats to take a stand for democracy. So it was just, she reminded us about the work that we're doing is so historical. She went back and talked about 1867 when Frederick Douglass took a stand. She even reminded us about the women's suffrage and then the Edmund Pettus Bridge incident. And she said, you can add your work by taking a stand to that list. So very heartwarming and just gave me chills, gave us all such great chills, you know.
That is actually fantastic to hear. Dr. DeFrancesco Soto, I always want to find this out. Sometimes when we look from 3,000 miles or 30,000 miles in the sky, we don't recognize how these things are playing out at home. As a dean on campus, looking at the local news, how does this look to your average Texan? How are regular Texas citizens looking at the fact that an entire party that represents millions of people in the state literally had to leave in order to stop voter suppression laws? Is that going over well at home? Are people concerned? What have you been hearing and seeing?
Jason, not surprisingly, like most issues in our hyper-polarized era of today, it depends on if you have an R by your name or a D by your name in terms of how you identify. The Republicans are pulling out their hair. They're angry that they can't get what they wanted to get fast-tracked this week. They were hoping that by this time this week, they would have had that voting bill passed. Democrats, on the other hand, are cheering. They are ecstatic that Democrats have done this, that all options were on the table. And when they were pressed up against the wall, that they did this. So it depends on if you're a D or an R, which goes back to also whether or not you think there needs to be these voting restrictions or not. The Republicans support them overwhelmingly. We see that in evidence from polling here in the state. Democrats don't. It is basically down the line, whether you're an R or a D.
So, Dr. DeFrancesco, that's key because there's a poll that we've got here that says 58% of Republicans actually support extending early voting. So at least from some polls, it's suggesting that what the Republican Party is trying to do at a statewide level isn't necessarily in line with what a lot of Republicans feel down there. Do you think that people are just experiencing cognitive dissonance and they don't really care because of hyperpartisanship? Or do you think the Republicans really are doing something that even Republican voters don't like?
I think there's that piece. I think, at the meta level, it's framed as something that's a Republican issue or protecting our state. But one really interesting piece, Jason, is that we know that older voters and more rural voters in Texas and everywhere else tend to use vote by mail more. So there's a lot of speculation about this aggressive approach to restricting vote by mail, where you have to send in a voter ID. That is actually something where Republicans are cutting their nose to spite their face. So there are so many bits and pieces in this voter restriction bill where ultimately it hurts all Texans, but it may hurt some of the very voters that they want to cultivate most in the Republican base.
Representative Collier, your party had to go to Washington, D.C. to seek federal help because you're not going to get much help from most of you, from either of your senators in the state of Texas. I want to play some audio from Senator Ted Cruz and get your thoughts on the other side.
What you're seeing the Democrats do here is a political stunt. And, I will say it's ironic. As they were getting on their private jet to fly to Washington, D.C., they almost surely had to show identification to get on that jet. And yet they're doing this in a fit because they don't want mail-in ballots to be verified. They need to get back to doing their jobs. And one way or the other, they will.
Help me out here. The guy who fled his state during an ice storm to go on vacation is lecturing Democrats on leaving during a time of crisis. Representative Collier, what are you hoping to accomplish during your 3 weeks in Washington, D.C.? Apparently there will be a meeting with Senator Manchin. Will you be able to meet with Senator Sinema? Are there other senators that you're targeting to have conversations with to see if you can make some changes in the filibuster and voting rights bills?
Well, let me just say the hypocrisy coming from the same man who read Dr. Seuss on the Senate floor as a filibuster. So I'm not taking, what he says so seriously. I mean, literally, the Democrats tried to work with Republicans to amend and reduce the harmful impact of this bill. We prefer no bill because we don't believe that anything is necessary. Even the Republican-appointed Secretary of State said that the 2020 elections were safe and successful. So, no, we don't need anything. We tried to work all of the amendments that were provided by those members that were on the select committee just a couple of days ago were declined. So we have tried. We used every tool in our toolbox. Our backs were against the wall. And when they did not when they showed their true colors that they were not interested in working with us, we left the state because we came here because Washington, the answer is here. We can get federal relief if they intervene and pass the For the People Act and the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. We have more meetings in place. We met with Leader Schumer shortly ago. We met with the vice president. We're working on getting a meeting with the president. We're going to continue to talk to these senators to make sure that they understand what's going on in Texas is not it's happening across the whole country, and we need them to step up and act.
Thank you so much for your work. State Representative Nicole Collier and Victoria DeFrancesco Soto, thank you so much for joining us this evening.